Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go through a yoga for strength practice. So you don't need any equipment at all, and when you're ready we'll go ahead and get started at the top of your mat. So starting with your feet hip distance apart, bend the knees, draw the hips back and fold down over the legs, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. So bending the knees as much as you need to allow your ribs, your belly to rest on your thighs. And then go ahead and take a hold of opposite elbow, releasing the head and the neck, coming into ragdoll pose. If you have a look down at your feet, your big toes point straight ahead. The back of the neck is loose, it's relaxed. Bring your fingertips to the floor in underneath the shoulders, and as you inhale, press into the hands, lift your chest and gaze forward, halfway lift. On an exhale, fold it back down, plant the hands. And one leg at a time, step to the back of the mat to come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hug the upper arms in by the ears, the knees might be bent, or maybe the legs start to work towards straightening. Release your head and your neck. And energetically feel everything hug in towards the midline, so upper arms in towards the ears, inner thighs hug in towards each other, belly button in towards the spine. Press the floor away from you. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank pose, shoulders stacking over the wrists, legs strong. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha, down dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Gaze forward. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. And once more, inhale, high plank and hold here. Come up onto your tippy toes, really pressing the floor away from you, protracting the shoulder blades, moving the shoulder blades away from each other. Draw the belly button in towards the spine, feel that scooping action. Move your pubic bone towards your belly button. Continue to press the floor away from you, shift to the tippy toes a little bit more. Keep the elbows by the ribs, index knuckle rooted down, and as you exhale, slowly bend the elbows to come all the way to the tummy. Untuck the toes, root down into the tops of the feet, kneecaps lift away from the mat. As you inhale, peel the chest up, hugging the elbows in by your side. Exhale, lower all the way back down, toes tuck under. Press the floor away from you. Inhale, come to hands and knees. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, reach your right heel high, one leg down dog. Exhale, bring the right knee towards your right elbow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, hold. Point your toes, but bring your heel to your bum. Slide your right knee down towards your right wrist and lift it up. Bring it down. Lift it up, bring it down, slide it up, two more, bring it down, slide it up, last one, bring it down, slide it up, look forward, step your right foot in between the hands, press out through your back heel, inhale, reach the arms up for a high lunge. As you exhale, bend into your left knee, bringing the left knee towards the mat. Inhale, lift it back up again. Exhale, bend left knee towards the mat, just hover. Inhale, back up. And exhale to bend left knee towards the mat. Hold it here. Keeping a big deep bend into the left knee. Energetically start to square off the hips. So the left hip moves forward, left glute activates, right hip moves back. Reach the arms up, turn the palms to face towards each other and reach from your ring finger all the way up towards the ceiling. Feel like that reach is coming all the way from the hips. Inhale, straighten your back leg, shift forward, and as you exhale, step the left foot up to meet the right, come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the knees towards the hips. If you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Upper arms by your ears and energetically hugging the upper arms into the ears. Take your hands to prayer position. Breathe in here, lengthen the chest forward. And as you exhale, right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee. Draw the left hip back here, move the chest forward, working towards lifting the chest towards the thumb. Have a look down at the knees, both toes stay pointing forward. Parivrtta Utkatasana, twisted chair pose. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, take the hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it to plank pose. Breathe in, shift the weight forward, come to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, untuck the toes, ground down into the tops of the feet. Tops of the feet and hands on the mat. Upper chest draws into the space between the upper arms, Ardha Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, left heel to left elbow. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, left heel, right elbow. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, left heel, left knee to left elbow. Lower it down to the wrist. And slide it back up again. Lower it down. Slide it up. Lower down. Slide up. 2 more. Last one. Slide it up, look forward. Lightly step your left leg through. Press into your left heel. Inhale, reach the arms up for a high lunge. As you exhale, bend right knee to hover just off the mat. Inhale, straighten the right leg, keep the left leg bent. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and hold. Energetically, again, square off the hips here. Right glute engages. Think about moving the right knee forward and the left heel back. Keep rooting down into your left heel. Straighten your back leg. Take your hands to your heart. Shift the weight forward into your left heel, coming right up onto your back tippy toes, your right tippy toes. And then lightly float the right foot forward to meet the left. Utkatasana, chair pose. Extend the arms up. Palms face towards each other. Draw the hips back, the knees towards the hips, and hollow the belly out. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Inhale, lengthen forward. And as you exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Square off the knees and the hips here. Begin to press your right hand into the left and lift to the chest until your heart comes up towards the thumbs. Keep the hips square. Roll your right shoulder back. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling if that works for the head and the neck. Inhale back into your chair. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank pose. Inhale in plank pose, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend halfway, Chaturanga, hold. Option to come to the knees if that works better for you, or keep the legs straight. Breathe in, press back to plank pose. As you exhale, Chaturanga, and hold. Keep the elbows in by the ribs. Keep your index knuckles rooted down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Take a couple of slow breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe work towards grounding the heels down a little bit more, spiraling your inner thighs back. Lift the kneecaps up towards the hips and draw the hips up and back. Take a soft bend in the knees, gaze forward. And bring your elbows down to where your wrists were. Interlace the fingers, but extend your baby finger and your thumbs towards straight. Take your chest back so your upper arms are in line with your ears here, and then begin to walk the feet forward towards the elbows for dolphin pose. Keep moving your chest back, keep grounding into your forearms, thumbs point towards the ceiling. On a breath in, bring your chin forward towards your thumbs.
And as you exhale, press into the forearms. Lift the hips up and back, coming back into dolphin. Inhale, chin forward towards the thumbs. Exhale, bring it back. Keep moving to your own breath. Option to bring the knees down and continue to work through these dolphin press-ups with the knees on the mat, if that serves you better. Take 3 more. Keep that connection to your breath as you flow, as you move. Last one. And stack your shoulders over your elbows. Walk the feet back. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heel, pubic bone towards your belly button. Release the hands and bring your wrists in line with your forearms for a forearm plank. Keep the feet nice and close towards each other. Imagine a block or a small ball in between the upper thighs. Can you hug the upper thighs in together? Engage your glutes. Keep grounding down into the forearms so you're getting that protraction between the shoulder blades. Your chest is lifting away from the mat. Lift your right arm, take your left hand, take your right hand over towards the left side of the mat. Roll onto the baby toe side of your right foot and extend your left arm up for a forearm side plank. Keep lifting the left arm up. See if you can lift the right side of the waist a little bit more. Reach up on your inhale. As you exhale, bring your left hand in underneath towards the right hip. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, twist across. Inhale, left arm reaches. Once more, exhale, twist across. Breathe in, reach your left arm up. As you breathe out, left forearm to the mat. Swap sides, roll onto the baby toe side of your left foot. Left elbow is in underneath the left shoulder, and left shoulder moves away from the ear. Reach your right arm up, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. As you inhale, can you lift the left side waist a little bit more? And exhale, bring your right hand across towards your left hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your right hand down to the mat. Bring the feet back to the center. Press into that right hand. Come to a high plank. Breathe in here. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step your big toes to touch. Breathe in, reach your right heel high. As you breathe out, open the hips. Bend your right heel towards your left bum cheek, but square off the shoulders. Lifting your right knee high. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Square the hips, gaze forward. Stay high onto your left tippy toes. And exhale, lightly step the right foot in between the hands. Pivot on your left foot so your left toes turn towards the long side of the mat. Move your right sit bone in underneath you, and then leading with the left hand, inhale, windmill the arms up and over, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bend into your right knee and then soften the hips down. Your shoulders stack over your hips. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach the arms up, take the palms to touch. And then exhale, bend back into your right knee as you look over your right hand. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten both legs. Exhale, Vira 2. Inhale, arms extend, legs straighten. Exhale, Vira 2. Stay. Breathe in, reach forward with your right hand, but draw your right hip back. As you exhale, reverse the warrior. Right palm turns to face up. Left hand reaches behind you towards the front of your right thigh as the right arm reaches up and over. Keep that bend into your right knee. Maybe gaze towards the ceiling if that works. Keep the left hand where it is. Inhale, straighten your right leg.
As you exhale, reach the right hand forward, turn the palm back to face down. Continue to draw your right hip back, keep reaching the right hand forward until you can't reach anymore. And then exhale, take your right hand down towards the right shin, roll your left shoulder back, Trikonasana. If this feels too much on the left shoulder, you can release the bind. Stay very light here, right hand on your right shin. Move your right ribs in underneath you, and then feel like your left hip is moving back. If you have the bind, release it. Extend your left arm up towards straight. So your wrist is in line with the shoulder, the fingers are spread. Start to get a little lighter onto the right hand and really engage the glutes. Draw your sit bones towards each other. Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor, your root lock is engaged. Begin to hover your right hand either to the inside of your right shin, or maybe turn the palm to face up and extend that right arm out until it comes parallel. Left hand stays in line with the shoulder, or you might even start to reach the left hand forward. Be mindful not to lock out your right knee. On an inhale, bend into your right leg, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. As you exhale, reach forward, you'll heel toe the left foot in slightly. Take your left hand to your left hip, right fingertips to the floor in front of you. Lightly float your left leg up for Ardha Chandrasana. You might stay here, maybe the left arm starts to extend up. You can come to right fingertips, right hand on a block, or if you're feeling super balanced, begin to hover your right arm. Left foot stays flexed. Feel that lift from your inner left thigh. Slowly begin to bend back into your right leg, and as lightly as you can, step the left leg back, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. And then exhale, windmill the hands back down. Step back into a single leg plank. Engage your right glute, breathe in, shift forward to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the elbows. Bring both feet to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your big toes to touch. Inhale, come high onto your right tippy toe, reach the left heel up. And as you exhale, bend the left knee, open the hips. Left heel towards right bum cheek, left armpit towards the floor. Inhale, square off the hips, straighten the left leg. High on your right tippy toes, and exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Turn your right toes towards the long side of the mat. Draw your left sit bone in underneath you. And then inhale, windmill the arms up and over, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Root down into the baby toe side of your right foot. And if you look down, you should see the inner left shin. Left knee moves open towards the baby toe. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach the arms up to touch. Exhale, bend into the left knee, soften into the hips, Vira 2. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, bend into the left leg, keep the right leg straight. The energy moving to the baby toe side of the right leg. Once more, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, Vira 2. Inhale, reach your left arm forward, but draw the front of the left hip back. As you exhale, flip the left palm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Take the right hand behind you, maybe bind with the left upper thigh. If not, you can hold on to your t-shirt. You can keep your right hand down the outside of the right leg. Lift your left rib up. Soften into the hips. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips here. Breathe in, extend your left leg to straight, reach your left arm forward. As you exhale, reach forward as much as you can with that left leg. Look towards the long side of the mat, towards your right. And then slowly begin to bring your left hand down towards the left shin. Lean back with the upper body and send your lower body to the right. Bound Trikonasana, bound triangle pose. When you're ready, on a breath in, extend your right arm up towards straight. Fingertips reach towards the ceiling, wrist is in line with your shoulder.
Keep the glutes engaged, begin to come a little bit lighter onto that left hand. Maybe the left hand hovers to the inside of the left shin. Maybe the palm turns to face up and the arm extends towards parallel to the mat. And then maybe your right arm starts to reach up and over like you're holding a beach ball here between the hands. Try not to move the bum back. Can you continue to send the hips towards your right? Inhale back into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. As you exhale, shift the weight forward into that left leg. Reach forward. You might heel toe the right foot in a little. Bring your left fingertips down to the mat and lightly float the right leg up. Turn your right toes towards the right. Your hands can stay on the hip. Your gaze can stay towards the floor. Maybe if you're feeling balanced to do so, right arm starts to extend up. And if you wish to go for it, come a little lighter into the left hand. Maybe work towards hovering that left hand. Keeping your right leg active. Slow as you can, begin to bend into that left leg. Lightly step the right leg to the back of the mat, come back into Vira 2. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, press the floor away from you. Step your left leg to the back of the mat, single leg plank. Engage your left glute, shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, both feet to the top of the mat, or tops of both feet to the mat. Heart lifts, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. Take a couple of slow breaths here. Maybe in through the nose and out through the mouth. On a breath in, reach your right heel high. As you breathe out, bring your right knee forward towards your right wrist. The foot comes to the left side of the mat, setting up for pigeon pose. Left knee comes to the mat and then slowly begin to heel toe that left knee back slightly. When you're starting to feel that opening into the outer right hip, untuck the left toes. Energetically draw the front of your left hip down. And imagine you're trying to slide your right shin back, move the right hip back. If you feel a little unbalanced here, you can place a block or a pillow or a blanket in underneath the right hip. Ground down into the shin and the baby toe side of the right foot. Keeping a little bit of strength into that right leg, avoiding dumping into the pelvis. You might stay upright, you might start to come down to the forearms. Maybe bring the arms out to the side, rest your forehead to the mat for a sleeping pigeon variation. If this feels uncomfortable for your right knee, ease back off, come out a little. You can take a recline pigeon if that works better for you. Allow your breath to be slow here. Allow it to be controlled. Really focusing on slowing your exhale. Keep that action of scissoring the inner thighs towards each other. When you're ready, bring your hands back down to the mat. Press the hands into the mat. Lift the chest. Heel toe the left knee in slightly. And then lift the hips up and back, coming into that single leg downward facing dog. Exhale your right heel to the floor, right foot to the floor. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, bring it forward. Left knee towards your left wrist. The foot comes to the right side of your mat. And begin to walk your right knee back until you find a place that works for you. Try to keep your pelvis and your hips square here. So if you're collapsing over to the left side, then maybe place something in underneath the left hip so that the hips are square. Energetically begin to draw your left hip back, your right hip forward.
So you're keeping stability into the pelvis, and then choose your arm variation. Choose where you wish to go. Notice this side might feel completely different to the other side. So you might need to ease back off. You might need to use some more props. That's also perfectly fine. You find a place of ease here, where you are in full control of your own breath. And then begin to bring the hands back to straight. Walk your right knee in slightly, and then press the floor away from you. Lift the left leg up and back for single leg down dog. Bring your left foot back to the floor. Take the knees to the mat. Big toes touch. Move the hips back and down for Balasana, child's pose. Resting your forehead either on the mat, maybe on stacked hands. Breathe into your back ribs. Lift your chest slightly, walk the hands over towards the right side of your mat. Maybe left hand stacks on top of the right. And start to draw your left armpit down towards the floor. You can even rest your left ear on your left upper arm. And then walk the hands all the way over towards your left. Maybe right hand stacks on top of the left as you start to draw your right armpit down. Maybe even resting your right ear on your right upper arm. Opening into the side of the body here, draw your right outer hip back. Breathe into all of the spaces between your right wrist and your right hip. Come back to the center. Make your way down onto your back for Shavasana. So if it feels nice, you can take the hands to the body, the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Or traditional Shavasana, legs extend out towards the long side of the mat. Staying here for as long as you have, maybe 10 breaths, maybe 20 breaths, maybe a little bit longer. And allow your awareness to be on softening the physical body and tuning into the breath. Thank you for joining me in this practice today, and hope to see you soon again. Namaste.